I know a kid named Jacob, he moved over from the Bakers. His own father was a deadbeat, you can't fix that with no makeup. He is part white, part Jamaican, loved to watch the NBA, but always hated on the Lakers. Wouldn't even shop at Staples, always called them LA fakers. Favorite team was Portland Blazers, got a ball signed by the players. Birthday gift for good behavior, talking hooping, good debater. Who's the GOAT, is it MJ or is LeBron still on his way for number one? He'll say no way bro, born with asthma, needs inhaler. But he was an ankle breaker, had the handles, basket maker. He was cooking like a baker, on the court he was no joke. Has a good heart but barely spoke, was kinda shy, hard to provoke. Was a good kid, he never smoked, he never drank, never tried dope. Under peer pressure, never broke. He had big dreams, he had the hope, he had the vision, never choked. But wasn't popular at school, kind of a nerd, followed the rules, never fit in and kids are cruel. One day they threw him in the pool, but Jacob don't know how to swim. Shuffled around with all his limbs, you heard the screams out of the gym. But then the janitor named Tim was walking by and pulled him in. He was in shock, trembling skin. Was this bully, name was Finn, he was the one with the big grin. Standing there laughing after that, even proceeded to call him fat, cause Jacob was a little heavy, so he was used to these attacks. Finn went to juvie after that, had to be homeschooled after the fact. Felt like a rodent or a rat, consequence for the way we act. But moving on, Jacob grew older, working out, had bigger shoulders. Had a dream to be a cop, his favorite show was Law and Order. Mother was a huge supporter, Jacob loved and he adored her. He would do anything for her, meanwhile Finn kept getting colder. Finn was smart but he was stubborn, held a grudge like it's a sunburn. Started hanging with the wrong crowd, took him down another wrong turn. Dealing drugs and stealing, loved the thrill that he was feeling. And the money was a bonus, he would stack it to the ceiling. What's forbidden is appealing, born a Catholic, stopped believing. Trade religion, started scheming, no one cared, no intervening. Started fighting with no meaning, dealing beatings, loved the bleeding. Beat his girlfriend just for speaking, shaved his head and got some piercings. He was nasty, he was filthy, looked at God and said just kill me. Had a devilish persona, caught a case and was found guilty. Going back to my friend Jacob, graduation, time to wake up. Worked so hard to keep his grades up, now it's finally the day of. He's excited, he is nervous, all that hard work had a purpose. Looked ecstatic on the surface, he was ready to be of service. Joined the academy next month, practice aiming, shooting guns. Learning all about the law, he got married, had a son. Was the happiest he's been, he grew stronger, tougher skin. Started learning martial arts, he found out he had a chin. Jacob now became a deputy. His wife, whose name is Melanie, was proud of his prosperity. He had so much integrity. First day he got his gun and badge, on duty gets a call dispatch. 211 in progress, that's robbery, start driving fast. Lights are beaming, siren blaring, he arrives, people staring. Weapons drawn, a violent setting. Jacob's nervous, he's preparing for the worst to happen. Sweating in the store, a man is swearing, drop your weapons or I'll kill her. Black ski mask the man was wearing, typical like in the movies, except this wasn't no movie. There's a woman that's in danger, Jacob wonders what to do. He looks around at all the backup, woman freed from the attacker. All the units start to move and gunman catches her and smacks her. She's unconscious on the floor, Jacob screamed for him to freeze, but he raised his 44. Jacob didn't hesitate, he pulled the trigger with all his strength and shot him right between the face. While all the people speculate it was a person that he killed, he didn't know if it was guilt, was feeling nauseous, feeling ill. It was the first blood that he spilled. They took the mask off of the man, Jacob was shocked, he couldn't stand. Fell on the ground with shaking hands, his mind went blank, can't understand. The man he killed was his own dad, he always wished that he'd come back, but never did, got used to that. He hated him but still felt sad. Now his hands covered in blood, yeah he ain't someone he loved. He always wanted to be hugged by his father, now he's stunned. What emotion should I feel? Am I dreaming? Is this real? Serve, protect but not to kill, that's a wound that will not heal. The woman that he saved ran up and hugged him really tight and said, thank you officer, you literally have saved my life. He pushed her off and screaming, why did this dumb bastard have to die? Suddenly tears came out his eyes, he sat there whispering goodbye. They put the body in a bag, an ambulance put in the back. If it was anybody else then he wouldn't be feeling bad. At the station things have settled, killed his father, got a medal. All the gears were hard to pedal, needed time to heal his mental. Leave of absence was approved, every day was drinking booze. Can't get the picture out his mind, watching TV it's on the news. So alcohol he would abuse, the pain was inked like a tattoo. His wife concerned tried to diffuse his agony but she would lose. But wait, the story isn't over, Finn released, it was October. Spent 5 years in lockup sober, but revenge was in his folder. Walking out the prison gates, chose to ruin a clean slate. Had a homie pick him up, told him keep on driving straight. What's the opposite of a saint? Someone's heart that's filled with hate. Had a list that he wrote down with names that he will choose their fate. There was a girl whose name was Kate, he tried to ask her on a date, but she rejected him back then, so she's the first one on the plate. They're pulling up, they hit the brakes, see over there that's her estate. I'ma walk up to the front, in that side window I'ma break. Finn approaches to the front and the motion lights go off. So he hides around the corner and he finds the perfect spot. There's a window that is open, so he climbs in and he's hoping the alarm doesn't go off, and it doesn't, no one knowing. He's inside and he's approaching, knife in hand, he isn't joking. Kate's outside and she is smoking, so he opens back door hoping that she wouldn't even notice. Creeps behind her, he is focused, takes the knife and slits her throat. Kills her dog just as a bonus. Takes off running for the car, just a couple feet not far. Jumps right in and set to drive, he felt like a superstar. Crossed her name off of the list, looked outside and blew a kiss. Jacob's name was on their necks, there was 7, now they're 6. They pull up, he had a Glock, Finn said park around the block. This is personal to me, I'll make sure that he gets shot. He gets out, puts on his hoodie, it was late, Jacob's on duty. He's still on his leave of absence, he was tough but still a rookie. Time was almost 2 a.m, Jacob was drinking, he was slammed. Sees a shadow out the window, what had looked to be a man. He was confused, he rubbed his eyes, opened the door to check outside. No one around, must be too drunk, but here's a window break inside. I woke the baby up, he cried, his wife is running from behind. Jacob said go back in the room, and he pulled out his pocket knife. He's barely standing on his feet, feeling the cold air from the street blowing through the broken window, but there's nothing else he sees. Finn is hiding in the den, waiting for the moment when Jacob isn't on his guard. Started counting back from 10. Jacob stuck inside the room, not expecting his own doom. Finn pops out, points his gun, pulls the trigger, hears the boom. It wasn't Jacob that he shot, he could tell by the perfume. It was Melanie he struck, she had a baby in the womb. Shot her right in the stomach, then he shot her in the head. Then he shot the baby boy, all 3 of them were dead. Jacob runs up from behind, but it's dark, he's kinda blind, and he wasn't fast enough. Finn could hear him from inside, points the gun in that direction, pulls the trigger one more time, landed right between the chest. Jacob's broken heart will die. Finn was certain that he killed him, but somehow Jacob survived. Finn was making his escape, shot the house a couple times. Jacob reached for his phone, then he opens up his eyes. His entire family's dead, he's in shock, cannot cry. Paramedics on the scene, he was mad like Wolverine. The adrenaline kicked in, he was bleeding out between his chest. He barely missed a heart, but feels like it's torn apart. Finn continued on that night, took 9 people from their lives. That includes the unborn baby, never caught him, that's just crazy. Rumor is he crossed the border, probably proud of all the horror. Months went by and Jacob healed, kept the gun on him concealed. Couldn't take it anymore, so on the floor he kneeled, put the gun up to his head, pulled the trigger, now he's dead.